Okay. For some reason, the text, I can't seem to get it in line here, but the question says, write the equation of the line passing through C negative 4, 5, and that same line is perpendicular to another line, 3x plus 5y equals 10. So again, this is a situation where we're given a point, C negative 4, 5. Oh, there we go. Look at me go. There it is. Perfect. Okay. C negative 4, 5. And it's perpendicular to a totally different line, 3x plus 5y equals 10. So that's our other piece of information. Now, if we think back to the last example, we said that we needed our slope, we needed our y-intercept. Well, we don't really have either here. We can find our slope because it says it's perpendicular. And we know perpendicular has something to do with slope. Now, if it said parallel, that would be nice and easy because then we'd know the slope would be exactly the same. But we have to remember perpendicular, the slope is negative reciprocal, which simply means change the sign and flip it over. Okay, so here we go. We're going to isolate the y in this equation. That way we can find our slope. So if I have 3x plus 5y equals 10, I'm going to minus that 3x over plus 10. Whoops. Plus 10. And then I'll divide the 5 out of everything. So I get y equals negative 3/5 x plus 2. Now, again, if it was parallel, I'd just reach up into here because that's the slope of another line. So if it was parallel and it said parallel to this line, our slope is negative 3/5, we could just run with that. But because ours says perpendicular, we got to say our perpendicular slope, because perpendicular is negative reciprocal, I'm going to change the sign to a positive, and I'm going to flip that over and make it 5/3. So there is our slope of our line. So now I've got a slope, I've got an x, and I've got a y. I can go back into our y equals mx plus b formula. So there's our y equals mx plus b formula. Once I start substituting, I can isolate for b, and then we're pretty much done. So 5 equals 5/3 times negative 4 plus b. There's our y, there's our x, our slope's in there. Again, don't like the fraction, so let's multiply everything by a 3, get rid of it, so I get 15 equals, that cancels that 3 there, so it's just 5 times negative 4 left, plus 3b, don't forget that part of it. That's negative 20 right here, so I'm going to add the 20 over. Maybe I shouldn't put this line right there because it looks like division. Right? Okay. So now that cancels with that. We get 35 equals 3b. I divide the 3 out. And there is our b value right there. So b equals, and of course, because we got our m, we've got our b now, we can go back and we can just say y equals 5/3 x plus 35/3. And we're done. Now the only thing we got to watch is if it said standard form, but then you just multiply everything by the lowest common denominator. Okay.